and welcome back to another West Coast diary. Diary?
Yeah.
So we're currently still in, I've forgotten the name.
You joking?
Yeah, no.
I'm not telling you where we are right now.
Exmouth.
Yeah.
I hate it being called Exmouth. Should be Exmouth.
Every British person we've met in Exmouth has been like Exmouth, and all the Australians are like Exmouth.
So we're currently in Exmouth and we're about to head to Calgary National Park.
No, Karijini.
Karijini National Park, which is about 6 hours. So this is like the furthest north that we'll be, and then we're heading sort of east, so we'll be sort of heading into the outback, and we're there for 2 nights.
It's a big travel day, isn't it, really?
One of the biggest.
Yeah, it's a lot of driving today, but it's going to be worth it. We're going to be exploring the national park. We're really excited to go and explore this national park, actually, because we have had nothing but good things. Everybody we've spoken to about the West Coast is like, oh, even though it's a trek, make sure you visit, make sure you go, like, it's stunning. So we're going, and we need to set off.
We do.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This coffee is really bloody good, so that's a good start. We have stopped at a petrol station. We were getting a little bit panicked, I can't lie. Here's Tom filling up the van. Because there were no signs on the road at all for anywhere to fill up. And we were only really getting like 400 kilometers out of the van every single time, from full to empty. And the needle was going down and it was going down, and it's at about a quarter of a tank. And we were like, well, this won't be good if we don't pass a petrol station. And then thankfully there was one, but there was just no signs for it. So this is worth noting. If you're doing the drive from Exmouth to Karijini, there is a petrol station. I can't remember what it's called. Nanu Tara Roadhouse, but it's just not signposted. So if you're like us and you've got no signal and you can't Google it to check, there is one. But yeah, we were like, what would we actually do? Actually, that's a lie. Our phones have SOS emergency calling. I have the iPhone 14 and it has like satellite calling if you're somewhere where there really is no signal, which I've noticed a few times, which is really good actually. But anyway, we've stopped at the Roadhouse, we're getting petrol, and then we are probably going to be able to make it all the way through to Karijini without having to refuel again. We have arrived at Tom Price, guys. We got here about an hour ago. This is what the campsite looks like. Pretty nice. It's set in the backdrop of like this mountain. I can't remember the name of it. I'll pop it on screen. But it's basically backs onto Karijini National Park. This is without doubt the most outbacky feeling place that we've been. Like even just the colour of the like sand and the dust here. Everything we've got is covered in red dust already. Here is our spot for the next 2 days. We've just parked up. We've actually just done some laundry as well. Because even though we don't have particularly long, we just needed some clean towels for like the next 4 days really, so we thought we'll just do a wash of like essentials, so underwear, towels, that kind of thing. And now we're just gonna chill for a little bit really before we cook dinner. Okay, just made some soup, and by made I mean I heated it up. Tried to not get attacked by the parrots while I did so. It was actually horrible cooking on the stove because I was just getting harassed by parrots. We got there in the end. Good morning from the passenger seat. We are in Tom Price, which is the name of the town. I do think it's a weird name for a town. I'm like, Tom Price sounds like somebody I just went to school with. Actually, it really doesn't. I went to an all-girls school. That was a stupid thing to say, but you know what I mean? But we have just stopped to fill up to get petrol. This is by far the most expensive place we have filled up. Obviously, now that we are like technically in the outback, they've really got you. Like you need to refuel so they can charge what they want. But I just picked up a coffee. Stupidly, I haven't told Tom about this yet. I did a silly. I paid for the smallest size, but I put it in a big cup, and then I got charged for the big cup, but the coffee inside is tiny. We are heading to Karijini National Park, which is basically why we're here. Apparently one of the most stunning national parks in all of Australia. I think it's actually also the second biggest national park in Australia. I'm gonna set off. I'm excited. It's bright and early. It's clear blue skies. There's literally not a cloud, so it's gonna be a good day.
Feeling so small, watch the clock ticking off the wall.
We have just arrived at Fortescue Falls, I think is how you say it. And basically there is like a 5-kilometer hike trail that you can do around here that is considered like moderately difficult. So we are going to attempt it. We are on about half a kilometer out of 5 kilometers. You can actually swim in the waterfalls, but it does give a warning that between, I think it was April and September, that the water gets really, really cold. So I'm just going to assess like if other people are swimming in there, because I do have a bikini on and I would like to. Like this waterfall looks so stunning, but we're just going to kind of see how it goes. But yeah, we're in the national park and we have begun the hike. I'll insert the photo to prove that I did just temporarily get in here. Like I didn't swim because it's so cold, but I did kind of just stand in these shallows here, and it is beautiful. But yeah, it's probably the water temperature I'd say is like maybe 12 degrees. Very, 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 very cold. are about 1.5 kilometers into the hike. This is the kind of terrain. This is definitely the flattest bit we've been on though. It's mainly all been like this, so like lots of up and down steps. This is the track 4 walking route, which they have deemed like the most difficult. I'll be 100% honest, it's definitely not like maximum level hiking. Like I can do it, which means that it's not that bad because I'm not that fit and not that good at hiking, and also I'm in a pair of Converse, so I'm not particularly prepared either.
Have you seen all the spiders in that web?
I have seen all the spiders in that web, and we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna leave now because there's a lot of them. I can't get over the colour of this place. It's all so red. And now, as there are shoes. We did it, we did it, we did it. We're back at the car park. Tom has so many flies on his back, man. I don't know why you attract so many of them. I take back what I said. It was pretty intense. It was probably about my maximum level of hiking ability, and even then, I'd say maybe I wasn't fit enough for it, but we survived, so.
So we've just got back to the van from our trail loop that we did, which is pretty cool. So everything out here like is graded, and we did a grade 4 out of 6, which I think is possibly the highest one we've done. And
how do you know it was out of 6?
Because they had like little icons for like 1 to 6, and it showed like how intense it was and what kind of things you needed. When you, well, 4 it actually recommended like a hiking stick, and then past 4 it was like full on hiking gear, and
like
6 looked like, yeah, 6 I think a scale of it, 6 like you're rock climbing, and then 1 is just a walk. So yeah. It was pretty intense at parts, to be fair, and part of it had like really flooded, which made it a little bit of a nightmare. But actually, we managed to get through with dry shoes.
During that bit I was fine because I'm wearing Converse, which I don't recommend to do a hike, but I'm wearing platform Converse. So like my shoes did not get wet, and everyone else was like, oh, our feet are getting wet, and I was like, these shoes are so chunky, they're not getting wet. But
a lot of those bits it was like stepping stones, so you kept dry. I managed to keep dry through all of that bit, and then there was just one bit at the end where I just misjudged how deep the water was, and I just fully drenched one of my feet. But other than that, it was really good. Yeah, it was quite a long walk.
What was the elevation?
95 meters.
I would say all of that was pretty much in one go as well. Like, it was pretty much straight up. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna head back to Tom Price now. We're gonna go to the town and maybe get a little something for lunch, or just a snack or something, because I'm starving after that. So this is kind of the town of Tom Price. There's a couple of shops. There's actually a massive Coles, which really surprised me. Like, we've not seen a Coles on the west coast at all so far, so that's new. There's a couple of cafes, places that you can sit, a lot of parrots apparently. But yeah, there's not like too much going on here. But there's a bit more than I thought there might be. We just had a little lunch from the bakery. I had a spinach and ricotta roll. It was actually really nice. Tom had a little burger. Then we shared a caramel slice, and we've just been sat here mainly watching the dogs walking past, to be honest, which has been quite cute because, guys, I don't know if you can really see it. I'm not going to zoom in, but there's a Labradoodle over there, and it's so cute.
Top tier lunch.
Top tier lunch. Tom and I have just turfed out the entire van, everything, everywhere, the coats, the bags, everything, looking for his bloody sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm actually I mean, I'm relieved I found them, but I'm absolutely fuming.
Tom was like, I'm so annoyed, and he knew he had them on in that last clip that you guys just saw.
Is that the last clip in the vlog as well?
Pretty much, yeah. There was like a clip of us eating at the bakery.
So there was no, and we didn't leave the van, and I noticed them as soon as I got out the van, and now it makes sense as to why I noticed they were gone as soon as I got out of the van. We have turfed out every cubby hole and space.
Look at where the sunglasses are bloody hiding. Are you joking? They must have got hooked around the seatbelt whilst he was wearing it, because he had them around his neck. Oh my god, that's 20 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. Hello guys, I'm not looking my best, but I am looking clean. I washed my hair, had a shower, I bought a deep conditioner in Coles earlier. My hair is saying thank you, but it is dinner time now. I am just boiling some water to have pasta. I feel like I've said that we've had pasta loads. We kind of have. It's because every single time we have it twice in a row so that we use the sauce up. That's such a mum thing to say, isn't it? But it's just so that we're not wasting stuff. So yeah, I feel like we have had pasta quite a lot, but it's a good, safe, staple meal that's easy to cook in one pan. This is the situation right now, surrounded by shoes. That's definitely not hygienic, is it? We should maybe move those. But the water is boiling currently. And voila, dinner is served. It doesn't look too bad. We've added tomatoes and spinach, so you know, a little bit of nutrients in there, hopefully.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Ooh.
Good morning. You joined me from the petrol station again. It is Wednesday morning now, I think, and it is our last morning here in Tom Price. We are actually setting off to go to Newman very shortly, but before we do, we wanted to have a little bit of like, or I wanted to have a little bit of like a content morning. So you'll see I flew the drone over the campsite because I feel as though this campsite is really unique in the sense that it is the only thing around. Like, we are in, not the red centre because that is like Uluru in the actual centre of the country, but like we were pretty much in the centre of a massive red mountain range. I think it is a mountain range actually, because we're very close to Western Australia's second tallest mountain, which is going to be our second stop off because I want to get some cool photos in the van. We sort of, well, we didn't clean the van yesterday, but Tom like wiped down all the windows. The van looks okay, you can see out the windscreen. And before we get super dusty again, because as you can imagine, driving through this, we are kicking up red dust and it is on everything. Like, I mean everything, my shoes, the car, my clothes, the bedding, like you can't avoid it. But we are reasonably clean right now, and I thought whilst we're reasonably clean and we're going to be visiting Western Australia's second tallest mountain, we're going to get some cool pictures, some cool photos. I don't think I can fly my drone there, but I did fly my drone at the campsite this morning. So yeah, a little bit of content still to get from Tom Price, and then we're heading onwards. Picked up some coffees for the road. These are from Coles. I can't believe there's a Coles in this town, guys. Coles is quite a big supermarket chain, but we've not seen any really on the west coast since we left Perth. But there's one here in Tom Price, so picked up some breakfast. So guys, we have parked up at Mount Bruce. I'm pretty sure this is Mount Bruce, and we just took some cool photos where I was in the driver's seat and the mountain was kind of like through there. It was a cool shot. This is a cool shot as well actually. But yeah, this is a really beautiful area in a really different kind of way. I feel like this entire national park, usually I'm talking about, oh, like the beaches are so beautiful, the ocean is so beautiful. This is beautiful in a really like desolate kind of remote way, don't you think? Yeah. We have really enjoyed our 2 days in Karijini National Park. We are currently in the national park again. That's where the mountain is. We have to drive all the way through it to be able to get out of Tom Price, or like this area. I definitely think it's worth adding to your list, although what I will say is a lot of its main attractions and main spots you actually need a 4-wheel drive to get to, and we are not driving a 4-wheel drive, so it did mean that we didn't really have access to some of the slightly better locations that you've maybe seen on Instagram before, or like if you Google Karijini National Park, they'll be what come up, because there's some really beautiful spots, but you need like a big car. We don't have that. But other than that, we are going to end this vlog here. I know this one was probably a little bit shorter. I'm going to pass you over to Tom actually.
I can never remember where each one starts and ends.
No, neither can I.
It's very how you would imagine like Western Australia to be. This was definitely that, like red and dusty, like everywhere.
So dusty.
I really liked the little hike we did yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
That was good. That was fun. Bit different.
Although, are your legs hurting today? Because my legs really cramped up in the night, like my calf.
Yeah, but some of us are athletes, so.
Somebody said in the comments.
Many messing.
Somebody said in the comments of my most recent vlog they love how you turn to me to check if it's okay to say certain things as if you're live on telly and it's not a video that I'm going to be editing, which is so true.
And well, you left those in?
No, just sometimes you look at me as if you're like, oh, is that the right thing to say? But
well, no, because I know people can just cancel you in today's cancel culture. So
you've never said anything cancelable, but also if you did, I would cut it out.
Yeah, good point. I'll just say what I want to say, and if it makes the cut, it makes the cut. This is the end of this vlog. From now on, we are heading back to Perth.
We are.
But anyway, you should watch the drive back because I think you'll see a lot more of authentic Western Australia, what it's actually like to drive here, because that's what we're going to experience. So.
And also what it's like to be on the road for like pretty much 16 hours straight. Obviously we are stopping to sleep, but like we're not stopping to do anything.
Yeah, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the video, leave a comment if you want, or if you need any travel advice you can message either of us on Instagram or any of our socials, and we'll see you in the next video.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.